Hello, my name is Mr. Powell. I'm the subject leader for PE at Preston School. In this short PowerPoint, I'm going to be going over the breakdown of the Cambridge National and Sports Science course, topics within the course that we cover, top tips for success for the students, resources that are available in school and online, and main points of contact for the students during the course. So the exam board that we work with on this course is the OCR, Oxford, Cambridge and RSA. The Cambridge National and Sports Science course has a code of J828. So please, if you are considering buying any further reading or resources, please make sure that you have the correct code, because there is actually another course that is exactly the same in title but just of a previous year. And it does have a different code and different content. So the breakdown of the courses are this. There are 4 core units that can be studied, 2 mandatory and 2 optional. The 2 mandatory obviously must be studied, and then working with the teacher, students and staff will decide which optional course they will be studying. That means there will be 3 units in total that each student will study. So let's look at the percentages of the course and the breakdown. You can see here that the 60% is said to be coursework. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that students will be sat on a computer doing coursework for 60%. Yes, there will be an element of that, but much of this will be based around students doing theoretical lessons where note-taking is involved, different learning activities. There'll also be practical lessons where students will be taking part in sports activities to gain knowledge for their coursework. And then you can see there's 40% written exam. Now, the written exam is set up so that students can take this at 2 points during the course. What we will do is ensure that students take this at the earliest possible window. Therefore, if any students, which hopefully there won't be many of, do not meet the grade that they would like or need, then there will be an opportunity for them to retake the course if necessary at a later date. Now, one of the really good things about the written exam is that because of these 2 dates, the exam will not be at the usual time of in May, June, July, in the summer in year 11 when all of the other exams are going on. It will be at a completely separate time in the year, so that this will probably be at that moment in time the only exam that they need to revise for. So the first unit of study that we're going to be looking at here is reducing the risk of injury. This is the part of the course that is a written exam. In preparation for the exam, the students will be studying 4 different topic areas. Now, as you can see from what's written on this PowerPoint, the focus is on a few key things. Factors that influence the severity of injuries, ways in which we can reduce the chances of injuries occurring, and finally, when they do occur, ways of treating them and rehabilitation processes that are involved in this. This is a very theoretical heavy side of the course, i.e. there will be a lot of theory lessons in prepping the students with knowledge for the course. There will be mock test papers, revision guides available, although there will be a practical element to it as well. An example of this would be looking at ways of warm-ups and cool-downs that are successful in preventing injuries. The second unit that we're going to be looking at here is applying the principles of training. This is a coursework unit of the course. As you can see again, there are 4 key topic areas that the students will be covering. Now, although it's coursework, this is actually a very practical, active unit of the course. The reason for this is the students will be planning, designing and implementing a training program for themselves that links into a key sport of their interest. They'll also be focusing on the principles of training within sport and how this can help them in terms of their training and their performance. And once they've carried out the training program, they will be doing an evaluation of their performance for future development. The third area that we're going to be looking at here is the body's response to exercise. Again, this is a coursework element of the course. There are 4 key topic areas that students will be studying. This is actually a very scientific part of the course, and many students will be able to form links with other subjects such as science, where they will have studied content like this before. The main focus for this unit in the course is the cardiorespiratory system, musculoskeletal system, and effects of exercise, both short-term and long-term. I think it's important to realise here that there is going to be a strong practical element to this again. So in order for students to understand the effects of exercise on the body, they need to be taking part in exercise. So there will be practical sports lessons, there will be fitness testing, all of which will help them to gain a greater understanding of their body's response to exercise. So the final unit that we're going to be looking at here is nutrition and sports performance. As you can see, there are 4 key topic areas that the student's going to be studying again. The first part really focuses on just general nutrition and what we need as humans to keep ourselves healthy. However, as we go into more depth in the course, you can see it focuses more on nutrition and sports performance. So what we'll be looking at here is what athletes need in order to prepare them and recover from sporting activities. This is a coursework heavy part of the course again, although there will be some practical lessons within this, and we are hoping that we will be forming a link, a cross-curricular link with the food tech department so that we can run parts of this course in conjunction with the food tech department. So, key tips for success. Now I'm going to read these out to you anyway. In terms of the coursework section, stay on top of your coursework and deadlines. It's absolutely imperative when you are doing a vocational course like this, and it's very coursework heavy, to make sure that you are on top of your work. Your teacher will be setting you deadlines for each learning aim that you'll be doing. You must meet these, otherwise you can very quickly fall behind. Now we understand that obviously things, external factors can affect students in terms of their perhaps attendance as an example, but it's really important that both students, families and the member of staff work together, keep in contact to make sure that everybody is keeping up to speed with the course. Always ask for help if you feel that you are falling behind on work. We need to remember that quite often these are fairly large classes. The member of staff will always do everything they possibly can to make sure that each student is challenged and progressing, but we don't always know everything, so please make sure that if you do feel that during the course you are falling behind, or you don't understand something, that you are vocal and you let your teacher know before it's too late. Attend our after school booster sessions. These are sessions at the moment that we run on a Thursday after school in the computer room. They're really helpful, and what most students seem to find is, because it's slightly smaller numbers than the class size, it's much easier for the member of staff that's on and delivering it to actually get round and give some really good individual help on the course. We do this both for the coursework as a kind of like a coursework catch-up session, but we also do it for the exam side, so in preparation for the the exam. Going on to the exam preparation, it's really important that students use a variety of revision methods and techniques. Now you're going to have this from all sorts of different subjects, so I don't need to relay all of these, but please make sure that the resources that we provide you, revision cards, revision booklets and online test papers, are used, because they are a really valuable resource. Early revision is vital. I'm sure you've heard that quite a few times before. It is vital that we start revising early for our exam. This is a written exam that you'll be doing in this course, just like any other exam. The only difference is that it will be taken at a different time of year. You will not be waiting until the summer in year 11. We will be taking it much earlier than that, which is actually a good thing, because it will probably be at that moment in time the only exam that you have to revise for. So there are a number of resources available for the students within this course. Most things we actually have set up on Google Classroom. So your individual class teacher will build a bank of resources and materials for you to access, which include things like distinction level example work, assignment briefs, revision books, and any other further reading material. We put these on Google Classroom so they can access them both on phones from home or in school during lessons. We have invested in the best possible ebook that we could find for this course. Again, this is available online and is a really good resource for the students to use to keep up to speed. And finally, additional support. So there are currently 4 members of staff that are delivering the course: myself, Mrs. Withers, Mr. Ray and Miss Grimes. All of us are more than happy to answer any questions. If you have any queries about the course, you can do this either via email, as you can see on the screen, or phone the school. And finally, if any students want to pop down to the PE office, there will always be somebody around that would be willing to give time up and have a chat with them.